Hey everyone, it's Suzanne. I'm back with another video, and this video is my monthly mani. So all the manicures that I wore for the month of May in the year 2024. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here a while, thank you for staying. And somewhere on the screen, I will put a timestamp letting you know when the manis start. But if you're new here, I do rate all my manis on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best, and it's all based on songs or song lyrics or album titles. So number 1 is the worst rating, and it is called Hot Dog Flavor Water, and that is an album title, like the name of an album, from Limp Bizkit. Number 2 is How Could You Do Somebody Like That, and that is a song Boiler by Limp Bizkit. Number 3 is Cause Your Mouth's Writing Checks That Your Ass Can't Cash, which is a song called Full Nelson by Limp Bizkit. Number 4 is One Day I Will Get You in My Hands and I'll Play With You, which is a song lyric from ICP, and the song is called Play With Me. And 5 is the best, and that gets a rating of Here's What It Looks Like Being the Best, which is a song called A Cut Above by Avery Watts. So it's just kind of something fun and goofy that I do. So let's get right into the manicures. So welcome back everyone who skipped the rules. I just want to say this is probably going to be a little bit longer video. So sit down. I wore a lot, and I also have like at least one story and then like kind of a little story I'm going to infuse in here, so it's going to be a little bit longer. So let's just get right into it. First, let me show you what is on my nails. So what is currently on my nails, I won't talk about it too much because this will actually be in June's manicures. I'll talk about it a lot more in June. It is from Noodles Nail Polish, and it is Prototype 27. It's kind of like this purpley, like lilac-y, purpley, crelly with all these like neon-y looking glitters. There's like orange, purple, pink, green. Oh, it's a cutie. It's a cutie. Really, really cutie. So that's what's on my nails. But let's get into what I wore for May. So for May, I wore 28 manis with 47 polishes. Okay, so let's get back into it. I had a little technical difficulties, so we had to splice these two together, but we're all good now. So first polish I wore up for May was this polish that I purchased from PPU. It is from Nailed It, and it is called I've Seen Beta Days. I always want to say better, but you think about the beta fish. So Beta Days, and it's just this really pretty like silvery purple. It is so pretty. In my pictures you'll see a regular base coat, 3 coats of polish, and a glossy top coat. Now I only own 3 polishes from Nailed It. This one, and then one I bought in HHC, and then one that came to me through like a mystery or a mystery, so through a D-stash. And they're all 3 really pretty, but this is my first time ever wearing Nailed It on my nails. And if you have any experience with Nailed It, let me know what you think about the brand. This chipped on me the very first day I wore it, and I was doing nothing strenuous. I wasn't, like having my hands in a lot of water. I wasn't doing any heavy lifting. And that is pretty much the only thing that will get me to stop purchasing from a brand, is if the polish chips on me the first day when I've done, nothing to make it chip. I painted my nails the same way I always paint it. It was so stunning though. It really was. And I know people will say different polishes just don't work with certain people's body chemistry. I don't know about all that, but I painted my nails like I always did. This chipped, like I said, the very first day, so it made me like, I hope they all don't do it, because this one was so stunning. I am going to keep it in my collection and give it another try, because I can't wait to wear it again. But I do know if they like, I'm going to wear all 3 of the ones I own, but if they do chip, they'll be on the chopping block, just because, like I said, that's pretty much the only thing that gets me too much to where I'm like, I just cannot buy from that brand, because I only wear my nail polish for a day or 2, and if it can't make it one day, it's just not worth the hassle, in my opinion. But this was stunning. I wound up rating this a 5. Here's what it looks like being the best, because it was just, you'll see the pictures, but it was just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful polish. Okay, so then next up, I wore two polishes. I wore this polish from Chameleon Nails, and it is called Orca, and it's just like a black jelly with these white matte flakies. Really, really cute, cute polish. And then I also wore it with this polish from Orly, and this is Muy Caliente, and I wore and this is just, let me go back to talking, forget that polish. Let me go, this Muy Caliente stole the show. It stole the show. I'm not even a red person, but it is just like this, it's like a red with some orange in it, but just the juiciness. And I mean, it's not a glowy polish, but it gave off like a brightness, a glow to it, even though it's not considered a glowy polish. That just 100% wonderful. If you are any like a red with an orange lean person, I got this at my TJ Maxx, and you see this at TJ Maxx, it is definitely well worth the money. Well worth the money. So anyway, I wore these two together. In my pictures, you'll see a regular base coat, 2 coats of polish, and glossy top coat. I did use clips to, I forgot to say the nailed it before was easy removal. I did use clips to remove this because this is the Chameleon is glitters. I really, really loved the Orly, but I don't think they, I mean, I think black and red go together, but I just don't think the manicure looked too good together. I wound up rating it a 2. How could you do somebody like that? It probably would have gotten a 1, but this Muy Caliente, it just made it, you know, it popped it to that 2 level. And if I'd worn that polish by itself, it would have gotten a 4 or 5, but just the combination together was a no-go. But like I said, that is a good one right there, that Orly. Okay, next up, I wore one polish from Wildflower, and this is Yippee Skippy, and I was given this in PR, full disclosure, as a guest swatcher. I don't receive PR from Wildflower. I just applied, and I was picked, and this is their offering for cartoons for June PPU. In my pictures, you'll see a regular base coat, 3 coats of polish, and a glossy top coat. It was easy to remove. This is very, very pretty. It's like, it does have a shimmer in there. It's just like a very light, delicate pink. It was pretty inside, but when you took this girl outside, woo, she lit up outside, and she just turned stunning. I'll try to insert both pictures. So inside, it was like, I could take or leave this polish, but outside, ooh, she got my heart. She got my heart. So I wound up rating this a 4. That one day I'll get you in my hands and I'll play with you, because I would like to play with this again. I think this would look beautiful as, you know, worn as with like a pink undie, or I don't know, some lighter color undies. I think you could wear this, but I'd probably keep it matchy and keep it with pink. But I did like that one quite a bit. Next up, I wore one polish from Victorian Varnish. I wore this, and this is called Funfetti Cake on My Unbirthday. It is just this white. It's supposed to be white, but you'll see in my nail on my pictures that it totally looks yellow. It's glow in the dark. Yeah, glow in the dark. So I don't know if that's what did it. I mean, I do know my nails are stained, but they're not that stained, and I wear whites all the time, and I don't have that issue. But it's just this really fun white shimmer. It's got like this intense like yellow shimmer. I guess that's what turned it yellow, and all these like fun neon glitters. In my pictures, you'll see a regular base coat, 3 coats of polish, and a glossy top coat. I did sit this upside down for hours, and my complaint was I wish there was more glitters in here. The glitters did fall down, but this polish is just not, like, there's a little bit there. You can see it's just not packed full of glitters, and I would like it packed full of glitters. I have some other glitters that I got from another brand I might throw in here. I don't know if that'll run it, or if I should just not tarnish it and leave it alone. But I do know that if I wear this again, I will wear like a white blurring base coat that hopefully will help, you know, take out that yellow, because it was just weird. But if it had looked like the way it looks in the bottle, I would have liked it more, because it did turn very yellow. As you'll see, I wound up rating this a 2. How could you do somebody like that? Because how could you turn yellow on me like that? I don't know what it was, but I guess it's the yellowy shimmer in there and the glow in the dark pigment. I don't know, because I do know my nails are stained, but like I said, they're not that stained, and I wear whites all the time, and I don't have that issue, so I really don't excuse me, I really don't know. I really don't know what happened there, but you know, it's still a beautiful polish. We're not going to complain about it. Next up, I wore a polish from Polish for Days, and this is What Dreams Are Made Of. It just came out in PPU March. So not too long ago, so a newer polish. In my pictures, you'll see a regular base coat, 2 coats of polish, and a glossy top coat. This is a stunner. This is stunning, stunning, stunning is what my notes say. It's kind of like this, like, it's got this hollow in there, and it's got this, like, blue glow, and it's kind of like a blurply or a bluish purple polish. It is just so, so pretty. It was easy to remove. It was just really, really stunning. You couldn't take your eyes off of it when you had it on your nails. You just wanted to keep looking at it. I wound up rating that a 5. Here's what it looks like being the best, because it was just a stunner. Okay, next up, I wore 2 polishes. They're both from Fomo Lacquer. I wore this one called Brayley's Journey. It's just this really pretty, it's so pretty. It reminds me red. It reminds me of like Dorothy's sparkly little ruby slippers in Wizard of Oz. And then I wore it with this topper that it came out with, Rainbow of Hope. This was like a duo to help support the maker's friend's daughter who had, I'm so sorry, it's leaving my mind now, but she has some health struggle that she's fighting for, and 100% of the proceeds, I believe, went to help this little girl. So I was like, I have to pick these up. So I did pick these up. In my pictures, you'll see a regular base coat, 2 coats of the red, 1 coat of the glitter topper, and glitter grabber, and then a glossy top coat. I did use clips to remove this because this is glitter, so it can be difficult. Okay, these are my notes on this. This red is gorgeous, and I'm not even a red person, but this red is, it's just beautiful. And I think it needs to be worn on its own. Like, you didn't get to see the full beauty of it because I put this glitter topper on it. I had seen swatches where someone wore these together, and it looked stunning on them, but I didn't think it looked that great on my nails. I think this glitter topper would look so much better on a different color, and this red needed to, you know, it needed to shine on its own. But they're both very, very pretty. I wound up rating it a 3 because your mouse writing checks that your ass can't cash. Because like I said, I saw those swatches of someone else, and I thought, oh, that's going to look stunning together. And I'm trying to wear one topper every month, and I just had this one. I had just gotten this. I had it out, so I was like, let's just wear that topper so we don't have to go in search of another topper. But I wish I would have worn it with a different color, because I think it's a beautiful topper. I think I would like it. I know I would like it on a different color, but I think it's a beautiful topper that would look good maybe on lighter colors. And I think it didn't do the red justice. So you couldn't see the beauty of the red, because it is just a really, really beautiful red, like I said. And I'm not really a super red person, but it is beautiful. Next up, I wore a polish that I have worn before, because I'm just, you know, like I said, I'm rotating through my drawers a little bit. So you will see some polishes from time to time that aren't, you know, new. They're oldies. This one's not that old, but, you know, an oldie to me. This is Mooncat's Sabertooth, and this is just this really, I think it's like some type of matte bluish color. I know it's supposed to be matte, but I wore it glossy, but it's got a glow to it. It's just really pretty. It's kind of like this really, really light, like periwinkle bluish. I don't know how to describe it, but it is beautiful. This is my favorite polish from Mooncat at the moment. I have several Mooncats I haven't worn yet, so something could take its place. But right now, if I had to pick a favorite, it would be this. In my pictures, you'll see a regular base coat, 2 coats of polish, and a glossy top coat, easy to remove. I love this polish. Like I said, it's my favorite Mooncat. I wound up rating it a 5. Here's what it looks like being the best, because like I said, it's my favorite Mooncat. Love it, love it, love it. Can't get enough of it. I wish they would do that formulation in like different colors. And a green would be beautiful. A yellow would be beautiful. A pink would be beautiful. An orange. I would buy it in any color if they did like a whole collection in that formulation. That's what I would like from Mooncat. But, you know, I'm not probably going to get it, or I wouldn't hold my breath waiting for it. So next up, I wore 2 polishes. I wore this polish from Salon Perfect. It's their Dippin' Dots collection. It is cotton candy, and it's just like a pastel bluish. And then I also wore it, I used it as like an undie. And then I wore this polish, which I cannot say the name of it, from Swamp Gloss. It is Don't Be I can't say it. but it's just this really pretty, I think it's like a clear or like a bluish base. It's like light blue. I think it's like a bluey, like a darker bluish base with light blue glitters in there. It is just really, really pretty. So in my pictures, you'll see a regular base coat, 2 coats of Salon Perfect, 2 coats of the Swamp Gloss, glitter grabber, and a glossy top coat. I did have to use clips to remove it. I wore this as an undie, obviously, so you're not going to see it, but I just thought they fit well together, and I thought it would help this one pop a little bit more. It was okay, but it did not wow me. I wound up giving it a 2. How could you do somebody like that? Because I thought it would be a lot prettier. It was pretty, but like I said, it didn't wow me, but really, really pretty polishes, and can't wait to wear them again. Okay, so at this point, one of my nails on my dominant hand broke. I was changing my clothes and I felt something weird, and I was like how if you have like a little like edge of your nail that's like jagged. I was like, what is that? So I felt the edge. I didn't feel anything. Kept on changing my clothes. I felt it again. I was like, what is that? So I looked at my nail, and it just like pretty much a piece of it just like kind of like was like barely hanging on when I like went like this to it, and I could see that it was coming up at both edges. So I was like, I do have that Orly, like, what's it called? It's basically repair and save. I know that's not the name of it, but I'm like, oh my gosh, I tried to do that one time. It is so much work. Kudos to people who keep their nails by doing that. I'm just like, forget it. So I just cut my nails down. So at this point, my nails are going to get short because I did, that's another thing. I know people are not a fan of cutting them with nail clippers, but I do. I don't have an issue with it. When I try to like file them down, that takes freaking forever. I did get a new amazing file. Maybe I'll do a video on that. It is a little pricey, but it is definitely the best file I've ever had in my life for shaving them down. So, or filing them down. Maybe I'll do a video on that. But anyway, so I did cut my nails down, and that's why they're going to look short. So in my next one, I wore 3 polishes. Let me grab all 3 of them. It'll just be easier. So the first one is from Zoya, and this is Johanna, and this is just this stunning, stunning, stunning bubblegum pink. When I purchased this is all they had was a mini. I don't even know if they make this in a full size. I don't know. I don't really go on Zoya's site. Excuse me, a whole lot. I only go during sales, and this was just really, really stunning, and I was like, I don't care, I'll deal with the mini. I love this. So beautiful polish. Then I wore this polish from Sweet and Sour Lacquer, and this is I Want My MTV, and it's a white crelly with black glitters, yellow glitters, blue glitters, and pink glitters. Just a really, really fun crelly. And then I also wore this polish from Night Owl Lacquer, and this is Squeeze the Day. Excuse me. And this is just one of her creams. Night Owl Lacquer does amazing creams. They're like $8. They are so, in my opinion, for indie brands, Night Owl Lacquer has the best indie brand creams. Just my opinion, throwing it out there. And you can't beat the price. They're just, Night Owl Lacquer, I've talked about this before. I feel like it's such an underrated brand. I think she has $60 free shipping. So not a huge, not a huge amount you have to get free shipping. She has a decent sized catalog, so it's very easy to, wait and purchase $60 at one time. But she does a cream of the month. She used to do it years ago. She stopped doing it. She started back doing it here not too long ago, 3 or 4 months ago, maybe at the beginning of the year. I don't know, but I was like, yes, because like I said, for indies, there's a lot of indies out there that do amazing creams, but she has the best in my opinion. So and you can't beat the price, but stunning, stunning, stunning. So I wore these together. In my pictures, you'll see a regular base coat, 2 coats of Zoya, and 2 coats of Night Owl Lacquer, 3 coats of the Sweet and Sour, glitter grabber on the Sweet and Sour, and a glossy top coat. I used clips to remove the Sweet and Sour because it is glitters. All the polishes looked really, really cute together. I thought it was a fun crelly, not my favorite, or fun crelly, fun combination. Not my favorite combination, but still a really, really cute combination. I rated it a 3 because your mouse rank checks that your ass can't cash. Because like I said, not my fave by any means, but still really, really cute. So next up, I wore 2 polishes. I wore this polish from Sweet and Sour called Calories Don't Count. And it came out, when did this come out? Vacation 23, I think. So it's about a year old. It was like a vacation mode cream. It was like a 4-piece cream she did. This is just like the lilac-y purple. Just really, really, just a pretty, pretty cream. And then I also wore it with this polish from Paint It Polish. And this is Blossom Buddies. And it's just like the same kind of color, lilac crelly with like blue, purple, and maybe pink glitters in there. Really, really cute. In my pictures, you'll see a regular base coat, 2 coats of polish, and a glossy top coat. I do have in my notes that I only did 2 coats, but some of my nails on the painted polish could have used a 3rd coat, but I didn't notice it at the time. The way I paint my nails, I have like a little, it's actually a book light that I hook up, and I'll look at my nails in the book light, and I'm like, oh, they look good, and then later I'll go into other lightings, just normal light, or, you know, brighter light than where I paint them, I guess, but just normal light, and I'll be like, oh, they could have used a 3rd coat, but I've already put all the polish away, so we're going with it. And I only keep my polish on it for a day or 2, so it's no biggie. But I do think some of the nails could have used a 3rd coat. There was a slight scrubbing to get the painted polish off, but I didn't have to use clips because I guess the glitter, I'm pretty sure it's glitters, but I guess they're like so teeny glitters. They're easier to remove than giant glitters, so I didn't really need the clips, but you could have used them. I wound up rating this a 3 because your mouse rank checks that your ass can't cash, because it was very, very pretty, but just not my favorite. Next up, I wore 1 polish from BCB Lacquer. I guess I haven't put anything in the giveaway yet. I was like, I haven't talked about that, but this one I did. That's why I was like, why have I not talked about that? But I guess I've kept all these beautiful polishes. But anyway, this one is Peony. How do you say that? I know how to say it, but I've totally lost my mind because I was thinking about that giveaway. For Your Thoughts, and it is just a really pretty pink, but it has these gold flakies in it. This just came out just like a month ago in her Spring Things Advent. And in my pictures, you'll see a regular base coat, 2 coats of polish, and a glossy top coat. Easy removal. There was a very, very, very minute slight scrubbing, so you definitely don't need clips with this. It's really pretty, but I don't love rose gold. I've talked about this before. I don't like rose gold anything. I just don't like the coloring of it. So while it was very pretty, I am putting this in the giveaway because it's just something I'll never wear, even though I can, you know, even though I don't like something personally, I can still see the beauty in it. Like, this is a beautiful polish. Like, I can look at it and see it. When I wore it on my nails, I was like, this is beautiful. But because I don't like that rose gold, I'll never pull it. So I might as well give it away. So I wound up rating this a 2. How could you do somebody like that? Because it's just not for me. Next up, I wore 1 polish from Swamp Gloss. I wore this polish, and it is called Whoa. And it is a thermal. And I know a lot of people said that they had this and their thermal died. I don't even remember what it's supposed to transition to, but mine really, I don't know if my pictures will show it. Mine went from like the color it is now to like a lighter green. So it did have some type of transitioning effect. I don't know if that's what it's supposed to transition to, because I got this a long time ago and I can't remember. But in my pictures, you'll see a regular base coat, 3 coats of polish, glitter grabber, and glossy top coat. I use clips to remove it. I talked about the transition. Oh, this is what I want to talk about with this polish. The glitter placement on this polish was perfection. I didn't hold it upside down. I didn't manipulate it. I didn't do anything. Just the way the glitters fell on the nails was perfection. The best I've ever seen, I think, of a glitter crelly without having to do anything to it. Perfection. Swamp Gloss nailed it with this perfection Swamp Gloss. I rated it a 3 though, because your mouse rating checks that your ass can't cash, because why, that was perfection. It was beautiful, but you know, it just didn't quite make it to that 4 level, if that makes sense. So next up, I wore 1, 2, 3, 4. I did like a little skittle. I wore 4 polishes. The first one I wore is this one from OPI, and this is The Past is Always Greener, and it's just like a really pretty spring cream green. Really, really pretty. Then next up, I wore this one from Salon Perfect, and this is Good Vibes Only, and it's just like a bubblegum light pink. It's supposed to be like their neon pop line. It's just, I don't know if it's neon to me, but it's really, really pretty. Then I wore this polish from Different Dimension, and it is Dancing in the Dark, and it's just this really pretty like pastel-y blue. I'm not sure if it does anything. I think it glows in the dark. Yeah, it glows in the dark. But really, really pretty pastel-y coloring. And then I wore this polish from Salon Perfects from the Dip and Dot line, and it is Banana Split, and it's just a really, like, it's like their, I think it's supposed to be like their, like their bleach pastel neon line. They're really, really cute, but this is the yellow version. Really, really cute. So I wore, I'm trying to hold it where the picture won't be in the way, so these might be in my face for a minute, but whatever. So I wore all the 4 of these together. You will see in my pictures a regular base coat, 2 coats of OPI and Different Dimensions, and then 3 coats of the Salon Perfect and a glossy top coat. Easy removal. This was so cute. It was just a cutie. It just really was a cutie. It was just a bunch of creams together, but just the combination, and it was spring. I guess it was almost getting close to summer, but it was the end of spring. Just really cute springy vibes. I wound up rating this a 4, that one day I'll get you in my hands and I'll play with you, because it was just a really cutie. It was just a super cutie. So next up, I wore one polish from Swamp Gloss, another one I can't say the name of. It is called I Can Do Whatever the Blank I Want, and it is just this like corally, pinkish, orangey color with these blue flakies. I believe this came out in PPU or Hella Handmade Creations. I was like, I know I got this in a box. It's just really, really cute, really, really vibrant. In my coat, you'll see a regular base coat, 2 coats of polish, and a glossy top coat. I do have on this one too. Some nails could have used 3 coats, but with 2, I was okay with it, and I saw a little bit of a nail, and like I said, the way I paint my nails with my book light, sometimes I'm like, okay, it's good, and then I'll see another light, so I'm like, I could have probably done another coat, but I didn't with this, but it was cute. I use clips to remove it. I have it's very bright, very cute. I wound up rating it a 3 because your mouse writing checks that your ass can't cash. Really pretty, pretty polish. Next up, I wore one polish from Cracked Nail Polish, and this is Amethyst Dart Frog, and it's this really pretty, like, lightish purple with this bluish shimmer. In my pictures, you'll see a regular base coat, 4 coats of polish, and a glossy top coat. I should have used a blurring base coat with this. It just needed it, in my opinion. I do have that it's easy removal. Yeah, real easy removal. Now, this polish, when I bought this, I didn't know if I would love it. She had a super duper sale. It was like 40% off because she was getting rid of all these old caps and moving to just a standard black cap, and she just wanted to get rid of all her inventory, so she had a 40% off, and things were going like crazy on the site. So she had her first collection. It was called like My Favorite Things or Favorite Things, something like that. And it was just easier to buy the whole collection and cheaper than to buy I think it was cheaper, but I know it was easier because everything was just selling out. So I just bought this whole collection knowing that like this polish I might not love, but I was like, you know, it was just easier for me. And I didn't love it. It's very, very beautiful, but I just don't care for this type of, I love the glow in it, but I'm just not a super purple person, and I just didn't love it. So I am going to put this in the giveaway, and I did rate this a 2. How could you do somebody like that? Because it is very, very pretty in the bottle, but just not for me. And like I said, buying it, going into it, I knew that I might not like it. So I had moved that into like my try area so it could get bumped up in line to wear so it doesn't sit in my drawer for a year. And so I knew going into it I might not like it, and I did not like it. Okay, so next up, I wore 2 polishes. I wore this polish from Morgan Taylor, and this is Let's Crab a Bite. And it's kind of like this orangey red kind of, but it's more, it's just the perfect mix of orange and red. And then I also wore this polish from Paradox Polish, and this is Hot Mess Express, and it's just like this yellow with these red and orange flakies that match this, they match this Morgan Taylor just perfectly, perfectly, perfectly. So in my pictures, you'll see a regular base coat, 2 coats of polish, glitter grabber on the Paradox, and a glossy top coat. I did use clips to remove the Paradox. When I put this on, I wasn't thinking about it. I put it on. I'm not going to hold these polishes this whole time because I'm going to get into my little story. But I put these on and I looked at my nails and I was like, this is so Ronald McDonald vibes. It just looked just like Ronald McDonald. And then that brought back a memory. Story time with Suze. That I had a Ronald McDonald doll that, you know, at a certain period of my life when I was little, I was obsessed with this doll. I took it everywhere. And I remembered him being big. We looked him up. I'm going to insert some pictures and stuff, but he was 21 inches according to what I found online. So he was a big boy, and I took this doll everywhere. I just remember him. So this gave me Ronald McDonald vibes, and that brought back that doll, and it made me think about the memory with this doll. So if you want to skip forward, skip on, but I'm going to tell a little story. So my mom was very, very close with her mom. So my grandma, she was very, very close with her. But my mom was also very into her career too at the same time. So when my mom's mom, so when my grandmother got sick, my mom wasn't ever going to quit her job to take care of her because she was, and not that you have to. I'm not saying that, no judgment, because nowadays most people can't even afford to, and if they did want to stay home and help their parent, they can't. But my mom just was never going to quit her job because she was super into her career. So, but at the same time, my mom is also known as, my mom has passed, so I can say anything about her because she knows this is true. But my mom was very, very known for being cheap. Like she would not understand this nail polish obsession, and she would just say this is ridiculous. But anyway, so she was known for being cheap. So when her mother could not live by herself any longer, she brought her in. My mom moved her into our house because she didn't want to pay for like a nursing home or anything. And she wanted to be with her as much as possible because they were pretty close. So she had some type of, this was in the 80s, some type of like oxygen hookup, and you had to do something to the oxygen. I don't know what. So my mom's plan was to keep her living at our house through the summer because we were off during the summer. And then if she was still alive, to put her in a nursing home because we would have to go back to school. But in the summer, we could take care of her while she was at work because she didn't really need like a whole lot of care, but she needed something. She needed something done with her oxygen. I was too young. My sister's not quite a bit older, but she's like 5 or 6 years older than me. So my mom had showed my sister whatever you need to do to the oxygen. So my mom comes home from work one day and my grandmother is like struggling to breathe because my sister had forgotten to do it, because she was off running around playing with her friends during the summer. So at this point, my mom knew she had to just put her into a nursing home because we were too young and we weren't, responsible enough to take care of her. So she moved her into a nursing home. And because my mom was, I'm going to put these polishes down. I don't know if I told y'all, I wound up rating those polishes. Let me just tell you this real fast. I wound up rating those polishes a 3 because your mouse writing checks that your ass can't cash. I do think it was very cute, very Ronald McDonald vibes, which just brought me here. Okay, so she moved her into a nursing home. So my mom every day after work would come home. This is so crazy. I was supposed to be in my sister's care, but she was off running around with her friends, but I was young enough to stay home by myself while my mom was at work, but not young enough to stay home by myself once my mom came home from work. So my mom would go to work. As soon as she got home from work, she would come to the house, pick me up, and we would go to the nursing home where my grandmother was, and we would stay there until my bedtime, till it was dark, I guess, or until my bedtime. I mean, we were there 3 or 4 hours every night easily. And so the nurses knew me, I kind of got, little cute girl, I'm sure, running around. So I kind of got known by the nurses. It was a very small nursing home, and we were there every night. So I was known. So my mom's mom, so my grandma, was in a room, and she was not alone. She had like, what do you call that? She had a roommate. in there, and the roommate never had any visitors, which is totally depressing and sad. But when we would go in there, she would scream like, "I'm lonely, come talk to me." And she would like scream this at different times, not the whole time we were there, but she would like, you would just be sitting there, talking to my grandma, and then she would scream it. And then like maybe an hour would go by, 2 hours, and she would scream it again. But as a little child, that made me a right bit nervous. I just did not, it scared me, I guess. It made me nervous. So I never wanted to go in there. So I kind of got known for like walking around the nursing home. And I had my Ronald McDonald doll. That's what brings us back. So I had my Ronald McDonald doll, and I met this old man sitting in a wheelchair, and his name was Mr. Pickle. So we got to be fast friends, me and this Mr. Pickle, and every day we would go visit my grandmother. My mom would go in there. I would go with my Ronald McDonald doll. I would throw that baby down in Mr. Pickle's lap in his wheelchair, and I would just wheel this old man around this nursing home for hours and hours and hours. I love this Mr. Pickle. I mean, we just, we were fast friends. I loved him. But the funny thing about the story is, we went there till my grandmother died. Mr. Pickle was still around. I don't remember us, our parting words or anything, but he was still there at the nursing home when we left, when we stopped going. Years later, my mom ran into one of the nurses from the nursing home, and she asked about me. She was like, "How is she?" She was so cute. She was like, she would always have that doll and wheel Mr. Prickle. I thought his name was Pickle, but his name was Prickle around. And she wound up telling my mom that he never talked to me. And she was like, it was funny because she would wheel him around for hours and he never said one single word to her. And he had died. She was telling her that he had died. And I was like, ah. So now I've always wondered, like, but, my mom didn't know because she was in with her mom. She wasn't, watching the interaction with me and him, because I remember conversations. I mean, I guess apparently it was just me talking to him and no talk back. But now I'm kind of like, and when I heard this story, I was quite a bit older, but when my mom was telling me what the nurse said, I was like, I wonder if he couldn't talk at all. Like, because either he physically wasn't able to, or if he had mentally shut out and he just did not talk for whatever reason, or if he just didn't talk because of me. And I'm like, I hope I did not torment this old man, because he never said anything. I thought we were chit-chatting and having a grand old time, but maybe we weren't. I don't know. But the moral of the story is, this started my this Mr. Pickle. He'll always be Mr. Pickle, even though I guess he's technically Mr. Prickle, but he'll always be Mr. Pickle to me. It started my fascination with old men. Like, when I was little, if you took me somewhere and there was an old man, I was like a hound dog. I would smell him out and I would have my seat. I would put my chair right next to that old man. It didn't matter if we were in a room of adults, a room of kids. If there was an old man, I would hunt him out, seek him out, and I was there with him the whole time. I was next to whoever the old man was, because it just, I don't know, it's just a cute little story. And anyway, that nail polish made me think of that. So let's move on. So next up, I wore I wore 3 polishes. I wore this polish from Salon Perfects. It's another from their Neon Pop collection, and it is called Wrapped Around My Pinky. Some hair, and it's just this really like more neon-y bubblegum pink. Really, really cute. And then I also wore this polish from Glam Polish, and there's a lot to say about Bruno, and it's just really fun spring green crelly with pink and purple glitters. This is such a cutie, such a cutie. And then I also wore it with this polish from Orly. This just came out, I believe, Indigo Skies. I believe this was their summer 2024 this year collection, and it's just this really, really purple. I would say it's purple. They call it indigo, which I guess is like a purple blue mixture polish. So I wore these 3 together. I wore a regular base coat, 2 coats of Salon Perfect and Orly, 3 coats of Glam, glitter grabber on Glam, and a glossy top coat. I did use clips to remove the Glam. This was just such a cute manicure. So cute. I wound up rating it a 3 because your mouse writing checks that your ass can't cash. But it was just such a fun, cute manicure. Next up, I wore one polish. I wore this polish from Chameleon Nails, and this is Clownfish, and it's the same as that other Chameleon I showed earlier. It's just basically, this one's more neon-y. This is like traffic cone neon yellow with these white matte glitters in there. It's just really, really just a fun neon orange, beautiful for summer. In my pictures, you'll see a regular base coat, 2 coats of polish, glitter grabber, and a glossy top coat. I did use clips to remove this. I have that. It was so cute. I loved it. It was so bright, so beautiful. I wound up rating it a 4. That one day I'll get you in my hands and I'll play with you because I can't wait to wear that beauty again. So next up, I wore 2 polishes. I wore this polish from Zoya called Tilda, and it's just kind of this like, I don't know, it's not really a spring green. It's a little bit darker than a spring green, but it's not really, it's like a spring green, but a little darkened spring green, in my opinion. I wore it as an undie. And then over top of it, I wore this polish from Psyche Minerals, and this is called Chasing Pavements, and it is just this huge green, beautiful coloring, reflective glitter bomb. I found this, I know it's been out for a while, June 23, so it's a year old, but I found this like not very long after it came out in a D-stash from a swatcher, and I think they wanted $8 and they had only swatched it, and I was like, it was like right at that moment when I was still kind of into reflective glitters, but kind of like switching over, and that's why it didn't make, it was on my wish list, but it did not make the final cut for PPU, so I was like, I'll get it. So in my pictures, you'll see a regular base coat, 2 coats of Zoya, 1 coat of Chasing Pavements, glitter grabber on all of it, and because this is an undie, glossy top coat. I did have to use clips to remove. It's very, very pretty, but just don't love reflective glitters. We talked about this before. And I really would have to love, like I do have some reflective glitters in my collection, but for me to keep a reflective glitter, it has to be like love, love, love. And this one just wasn't there yet. And I'm going to put this down. This Chasing Pavements, if you have reflective glitters, you know, it's already kind of starting to get thick, but not so thick that you can't deal with it. But reflective glitters are known to thicken up, and I'm trying to be more conscious. I could have a ton of reflective glitters sitting in my giveaways though, but if I know about it, I'm trying to pull those to get them to you all so that you all can at least wear them once or twice, hopefully, before you have to add thinner, which adding thinner is super easy. No big deal, except that you have to buy the thinner. But so this one you will actually see in my July, because I've already done June. Yeah, you'll see this in my July giveaway. I'm going to pull this and just put it straight in the giveaway for July just so it can get in someone's hands. Like I said, I'm trying to think about that more than I used to. I just kind of threw it and then I pull, because when I do my giveaways, what I try to do is when I pull my new polish first. It's just whatever I grab. And then I base my old polishes from the mysteries, you know, the other ones I give you. I try to get you a variety of colors until I can't. Like it might come a day where all I have is like reds or all I have are like golds, and it will be, but until that day comes, I try to give you like a blue, a green, you know, just different colors. But this one I did pull, and you will see this in my July giveaway. It's very pretty, but like I said, I'm just trying to get those out to you a little bit faster. I have it's not thick, but a little thick, if that makes sense. I wound up rating that a 2. How could you do somebody like that? Because it's beautiful, but I'm not a reflective girl, so I should have known. that. So let me switch. We're moving on to container number 2. So next up, I wore one polish. Okay, I see how I have it. I have it backwards for some reason. I wore this polish from Lurid Lacquer, and this is Make of This Terrifying Gift. In my pictures, you'll see a regular base coat, 3 coats of polish, and a glossy top coat. This is kind of like a purplish pinkish with a little bit of hollow in there. It was easy to remove. Now, this one, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. If I'm going to put it in the giveaway or if I'm going to give it another try or not. When I purchased from Lurid during whatever time, I've purchased several times, but during this time, I was at the point where shipping was more money than just getting another bottle of polish. And whenever I'm at that point, I'm like, well, I might as well go get the polish. I mean, if we're going to pay more for shipping, I might as well get the polish. So I got this polish. So I knew that I might not love this one. And this was another one that was thrown into my try area so I could try it. I'm not sure because it was pretty. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, but it just wasn't for me. I'll probably wind up putting in the giveaway, but I'm not 100% sure. I did wind up rating this a 1 hot dog flavored water. It's a very beautiful polish. The formula Lurid came into the nail polish game and they have just been killing it. The formulas are beautiful. They're amazing. This is just not the base color for me. Like I said, the only reason I purchased it was to amp me up to that free shipping. So, hot dog flavored water for me, but just not my favorite. Okay, now here comes another little situation. So then I wore one polish. I wore this polish from Fair Maiden, and it is called Snookums. It's like their purple jelly. I just wanted to see what it looked like by itself. I wore in my pictures a regular base coat, 3 to 4 coats of polish. Some nails had 3, some nails I had to go back with a 4th, and a glossy top coat. It was really, really easy. Easy. I'm not sure if I love this because it was a little bit too dark for me, and I'm not sure if what I'll do with this. I have this whole collection, so I don't feel like I want to put it in the giveaway. Not that I'm like a person who has to have the whole collection, but I figure I might want to try to do something with these jellies one day, and if I give away this purple, I might regret it. So I think I'm going to keep it, but I did rate this a hot dog flavored water because it just wasn't that pretty. But this goes into like another little story, but not just like another little situation. So I've never been a stamper, but probably about 3 years ago, I bought an Advent and it came with a stamping plate. And I was like, I'll put the stamping plate in the giveaway because I'm not a stamper. But then I thought maybe I should keep it because then if I ever do want to stamp, the only thing I'd have to technically buy is a stamper. And I have this plate. Yeah, it's not a plate I'm probably into, but it would be better than having to buy a plate. So I kept it. So over the years, I have been watching Carolina from Gotaluvpolish do these amazing, she does the most amazing stamping, I think. I have watched her do stamping and I'm like, I'm fine just living through her vibe and seeing her stamps and sitting back over here and just painting my nails. I'm fine just, enjoying what she puts out and living that way. But then I started joining some collabs on Instagram just because they're fun and you get to know, people through these collabs, which is always fun to know some more people in the nail community. And these collabs shift from or range from anywhere from somebody just painting their nails with a normal polish that I don't know how they started, but some of them are like they do them for everything now. But I could be wrong. But they'll do them like for somebody's birthday, like it's Sarah Mosley. I don't know who Sarah Mosley is, but whoever. Or like Fair Maidens, like the creator of Fair Maiden, they'll do one for her birthday. And so people will pull out like their favorite Fair Maiden polish. So they range from someone who will just pull out their favorite Fair Maiden polish and paint their nails to someone who will do friggin' hand painted stuff to someone who will do these elaborate stamping. So I was like, man, I want to stamp and be in these collabs. I want my nails to be, all elaborate and, like these people in this collab. So I was like, okay, I have that stamping plate. So I researched stampers, bought a stamper from Amazon, messed with it. I could not get the image to pull. So I was like, oh my gosh, it looks so easy. I'd watch videos and I was like kind of like down and depressed. So I joined some Facebook groups about stamping and I searched, can't get the image to go onto my stamper or something, can't get it to transfer. And one person who I don't know who she is and can't remember her name, but she wrote, first of all, not all stamping plates are equal. And there are some that just will not stamp no matter, they won't pull no matter what, like they're not etched right. And she was like, and the other thing, if you're a first timer, I would definitely recommend stamping polish. Even though you don't have to have it, I think it's a little bit easier. So I was like, okay. So I went on Amazon. I bought some stamping polishes, just a black and white one I found kind of cheap. And then I went through all the plates of like name plates that I'd heard of and I knew people use. And I was like, let me get the cheapest one that has an image that I'll actually use on it. So I found this one that had like little stars and hearts. And I was like, okay, that's cute. I'll use it. So I bought that, waited for it to come home, got it all in package, tried to stamp, and I could stamp. So I'm going to show you this. I wasn't trying to do like anything fancy. I was just practicing. So I will show you this. I think there's a black heart on one of my nails, which you can't really see, but then I did it in white so you could see it. And I can stamp. So I'm excited. I'm really excited, but beware. There might be some really freaking weird looking nail stuff put out because I'm going to try to start stamping and I'm going to you know, I'm not one who's like, I'm not a perfectionist with that. Like, yeah, because I paint my nails like if I stamp and it looks horrible, unless it looks so bad, I will wear it. So you might see some weird stuff because I'll just paint my nails the next day. So I'll just wear it for one day and deal with it. So you might see some weird stuff. I'm going to warn you about that. But okay, let's get back into it. So next up, I wore one, two, three. I wore 3 polishes. I think this is another new one from Orly, Take Flight. I think this came out in their summer. It's like a coral, really pretty coral cream. And then I also wore this polish from Poetry, Cowgirl, and this is Carol Bird, and it's just this yellow crelly with like, it's got a shimmer in there, like a golden shimmer, and it's got like purple, blue, orange glitters. And I'm just going to put like a little caveat here. I do not support this brand. I have 2 polishes from this brand. I have this, which I purchased in a D-stash, and then I have a new one that I purchased from PPU. I'm not going to get into the drama of all that because I don't want my channel to be like that. I want it to kind of just be like nails and fun, or just nails even if you're not having fun, but hopefully you're having fun. But, you know, I'm not going to get into all that. All I'll say is like it was a situation like they've been removed from PPU. If you want to go find out about it, I'm sure it's easy to search, probably in like Facebook, Reddit. It's probably easy to search. But I view situations like this. I've already given this person my money. They've already got my money. So I am going to use why I don't support them and I won't wear them again. Or not wear, I'll wear them, but I don't support them and I won't purchase from them again. I'm going to wear what I bought. Like I said, I only have 2 polishes. And I think I didn't like this one, spoiler. So no big deal about this one, but I think the PPU one, I'm really, really going to like. It came out in Rewind last year, a year ago. I haven't worn it yet, but I just think I'm going to like that one. So I'm going to wear that polish. If I don't love it, it'll solve the problem out the door. But if I do love it, I'm going to wear it. They've already gotten my money. I'm not going to promote it. I mean, out in my everyday life, I never have anybody ask me what I'm wearing. I don't know about you. I'll have people say like, oh, I like your nails. Your nails are so pretty. Or I'm going to pull this down so I'm not even showing it anymore. You know, I like your nails. Your nails are pretty. I'll have people ask, where do you get them done? You know, and the only other thing I've ever had anybody ask is like, is that a gel or is that real nail polish, or, you know, just normal nail polish or a gel? But I never have anybody ask me, what nail polish is that? Because in my normal day life, I only meet, like where I'm at in my normal life, there's only 2 kinds of people. People who do nothing with their nails, and nothing's wrong with that, and nothing's wrong with this other either, or people who go to salons and get their nails done and they just use whatever's at the salon. They don't probably even know what's on their nails. They just know, ooh, I like that blue, you know, and they picked it, and nothing's wrong with that. So I don't run with people who are even into nail polish who would ask me about it. So that's the deal with that. I just want to say that. And then I also wore this polish from Mooncat Abandoned Boardwalks. It's kind of like this tealish color. So in my pictures, you'll see a regular base coat, 2 coats of both, and a glossy top coat. So I talked about not supporting them. Okay, I did not love this. I wound up rating this of 1 hot dog flavored water. It didn't look good together. I didn't love it. I didn't love this Poetry that I don't support. So I am going to get rid of this. I don't think I'm going to put it in a giveaway because to put it in a giveaway, I would have to talk about it again. And yes, this polish will be on my channel at least one more time, possibly more with the one I bought from PPU. Like I said, they've already got my money. I'm going to use it. No sense in throwing it out. I don't know what I'm going to do with this one. I don't really want to put it in the giveaway because I don't really want to call any more attention or give them any more, even though I don't support them. Even just having them in your channel is some type of support. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. I'm not sure if I can just dispose of it the correct way you're supposed to dispose of nail polishes, or if I should just throw it in the giveaway and not even as like an extra and just not mention it and then let whoever gets it makes that call. I don't know. I haven't decided, but you won't see that one on my channel again because I don't like it. So no biggie. Next up, oh my gosh, this is a beaut. This is a beaut. Next up, I wore this polish from Victorian, Varnish. This is Jelly of the Month Club, the gift that keeps on giving. This is a thermal. I don't know how many pictures insert here, but I took probably like at least 10 pictures of this polish because every time I looked at my nails, it looked different. It transitioned beautifully. I liked it in the lighter state better, which I think is the warm state. I liked it in that state better, but both states were beautiful. In my pictures, you'll see a regular base coat, 2 coats of polish, glitter grabber, glossy top coat. I did use clips to remove. This one was such a cutie. Such a cutie. I did not want to take this off. I wound up rating this a 5. Here's what it looks like being the best. That is just, that one was so, so good. Okay, next up, I wore 2 polishes. I wore this polish from Cadillac, which is Maybe You'd Like Me If You Knew Me, and it's just this blue with these like chartreusey yellowish green glitters in there. And then I also wore this polish from Orly, and this is Sour Time to Shine, and it kind of matches, it's like a chartreuse cream. It matches the glitters in this perfectly. In my pictures, you'll see a regular base coat, 2 coats of polish, glitter grabber on the Cadillac, and a glossy top coat. I use clips to remove the Cadillac. I didn't love the Cadillac. It is a thermal, but it doesn't transition, so it's a dead thermal. It's pretty, but I just didn't really care for it 100%, so I am putting the Cadillac into the giveaway. I'm keeping the Orly. I love the Orly. I wound up rating it a 2. How could you do somebody like that? Pretty polished, but like I said, wasn't super into the Cadillac, so might as well get rid of that. Next up, I wore 1 polish. I wore this polish from Red Eyed Lacquer, and this is FKDL. This came out last summer in her like New York street artist collection, something like that. And it's just these really pretty polishes with like this scattered hollow in there. This, I believe, is supposed to be the yellow version, but it looks kind of green to me. But if you put it up next to the green one, that one definitely looks green. But this one still kind of looks like green to me. It was easy removal, so pretty, so bright, so stunning, just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I wound up rating this a 4, that one day I'll get you in my hands and I'll play with you because I can't wait to wear that one again. We're getting close to the end, I promise. So next up, I wore 2 polishes. I wore this polish from Kathleen & Co., and this is called Dip in the Pool. It's just this really stunning blue. I think I got this towards the end of summer last year. It was just like one of her, I think she did like a summer creams or something, but it's just a really, really stunning, stunning blue shade. And then I also wore it with this polish from Sally Hansen. I don't know why I want to say Henson, I guess because Jim Henson, but Sally Hansen, and it is Peeps Cotton Candy, and it's just like this pink crelly with these blue, it's got like silver flakies in there too, and this blue glitters that just kind of match this Kathleen & Co. perfectly. In my pictures, you'll see a regular base coat, 2 coats of polish, glitter grabber on the Sally, and a glossy top coat. I use clips to remove the Sally Hansen. Really, really cute together. I thought these went so, so good together. I wind up rating this a 4, that one day I'll get you in my hands and I'll play with you because can't wait to wear both of those again. Really, really cute polishes. Next up, I wore 2 polishes. I wore this polish from Zoya, and this is Abby, and it's just a really pretty like lilac-y purple cream. I wore this as an undie, and then over top of it, I wore this polish from Crucible Designs, and it is Dancing Sugar Plums, and it's just like a lilac purple, really, really light, delicate lilac purple with these really pretty like pastel-y flakies in there. In my pictures, you'll see a regular base coat, 2 coats of Zoya, and 1 coat of Crucible Designs, and a glossy top coat. Easy to remove because it's flakies. I didn't really love the way this Crucible Designs looked. I don't know. In my pictures, you're going to see my pictures. My pictures look so beautiful, but you know, my pictures are taken not necessarily, sometimes they're just taken in regular lighting. Sometimes I do fancy lighting for them, which is just like a ring, like a light box. Sometimes I'll put my hand in my light box if I'm not being too lazy, but sometimes I'll just take them just in, you know, a regular lighting situation. But I still think there's something about, you know, being posed and, you know, having your camera ready. The lighting just looks better for whatever reason. But in normal, everyday I'm pretty sure this, I'm like 99.9% sure this picture, I know it is. I'm 100% sure this is just regular lighting picture, and it does look beautiful. But in my everyday going about my business lighting, which is the same as the picture I was taken, I just didn't like it. So I wound up rating this a 2. How could you do somebody like that? I'm keeping the Zoya because I love the Zoya. It's just a light lilac cream. I love pastel lilacs, but the Crucible design I am putting in the giveaway because I just wasn't really a fan of that one. Okay, so then the last mani, yes, the last mani I wore this polish from Geekish Glitter Lacquer, Sad But True. It's just this really pretty, like, heather gray cream, heather gray color cream, like gray sweatpants. Really, really pretty. It does look like it has some type of, like, little shimmer in there. Not super shimmery, but it does look like it's got some type of shimmer in there. And then I wore this, I'm pretty sure I wore this over top of it. And I cannot say the name of this one either. This is Swamp Gloss, and it is My Evil Blank Sense is Tingling. But it's just this really pretty, it's got like an intense shimmer. This one glows in the dark too. It's got like white matte glitters, and it's kind of like a grayish tone or grayish base. I don't believe it's clear. I believe it's kind of got like a gray base to it, but I wore this one as an undie and this one over top. And in my pictures, you'll see a regular base coat, 2 coats of Sad But True, 1 coat of Swamp Gloss, glitter grabber on it all, glossy top coat. I wound up rating this a 2. How could you do somebody like that? I think it was very, very pretty. It definitely wasn't, if you're a seasonal person, and I'm anytime type of gal. But if you're just like a seasonal person, it definitely probably wasn't the right time of year to wear it. But like I said, I don't worry about that stuff. I wear what I want whenever I want. But you know, whatever. To each their own. You either are a seasonal person or you aren't. Either way, if you love nail polish, I want to be talking to you, I guess. So now that was all the polishes I wore. So I'm going to give you my top 3 manis in no particular order. No particular order. So one of them is What Dreams Are Made Of from Polish for Days. This was just such the glow in this. Like I said, when you're wearing this, if you own this and you bought it from PPU and you haven't worn it, you might want to think about wearing it. Just the glow that comes off, like your nails, you'll be sitting there looking at them and you're like, you can't stop looking at them. So that was one. Next up is just an old favorite, Sabretooth by Mooncat. This, like I said, this is my favorite Mooncat. It's just so beautiful. It's matte, but I wear it glossy. So beautiful. Just love this polish. Like I said, if they ever do that formulation in other colors, I'm down for it and I'm purchasing it. And then the last one that made it into my top 3 is the Thermal from Victorian Varnish, which was Jelly of the Month Club, the gift that keeps on giving. This was just a cutie. Nothing else to say about it. Just 100% cuteness in a bottle. This was just like, I want to wear this again. I mean, not that I don't want to wear them all again, but this one is one that, spoiler, you'll see this in my top polishes of the year, I'm sure. I can't get over how good this one was. Really, really like that one. So that is finally it. That is all the polishes that I wore in May. If you had any standout polishes in May, let me know what you wore, because I'm always curious to know what you guys are watching. If you like these type of videos, please consider subscribing to my channel. I do nail content all the time, and I do monthly giveaways of nail polish all the time. Like, these are beautiful polishes. Just, I'll be honest with you, I buy a lot of polishes and you don't love everything you buy, but like all 3 of these, this Psyche, this is going to be in July's giveaway. Definitely July's. But like, yeah, I do giveaways all the time. Not all the time. I do giveaways once a month of nail polishes, so you might as well subscribe and try to win some free polish. It's a fun time. I don't know. I think it's a fun time. Maybe not. But even if it's not a fun time, subscribe for the nail polish. Get you some nail polish. But anyway, if you've been subscribed to my channel, I so appreciate it. I really, really do. I'm just a you know, I'm just a whack job person who buys a lot of polish and was like, let me film myself, you know. So, you know, I just really appreciate the people who watch me because I don't know, I have a good time doing it, and I love showing off my polishes. I love seeing people's polishes. I love watching other YouTubers. I love talking about polish. It's definitely a big addiction to me right now. And yeah, I probably shouldn't buy so much, but I'm hoping that, I don't know, I'll always wear polish till the only way I won't be wearing polish is if maybe I get arthritis so bad that I can't. Oh my gosh, that's such a horrible, when you see people's hands that have arthritis so bad. Oh my gosh, it's got to be painful and so horrible. But like, that's the only way I see myself not wearing polish. And I have 3 kids. I have 3 kids. And if I get like that, they better be painting my nails. They better be painting my nails if I get like that, because, you know, I have 3 kids that you know, I love my kids, but I run my body for my kids. They better at least be able to paint my nails. But, you know, I'll be painting my nails even if I don't go, if I get out of the obsession and I'm not super obsessed like I am now, I'll still always be painting my nails. So I really do appreciate anyone that comes on my channel and watches me. I so appreciate it. I really, really do. I don't know how else to thank you all, but to say thank you and to do my giveaways and just, I don't know, I just do. I so appreciate it. But I hope everyone has a great day. Remember, keep polishing. Bye.